Hello, everybody. My name is Luchara, and this is Eco Community Server. We're a few days in. Things are going they're going okay. We tried to do no day one government this time, and yeah, people miss some aspects of the government for sure. Currency, most notably, we do have currency now. Finally have currency. But the roads are kind of a mess because there's no road districts. There's some laws that we need, which I'm going to do. I'm going to write some laws today. Just gonna check my inventory. Yeah, I got some crafting tables, furniture. I haven't been able to keep furniture. Well, I haven't been able to keep lumber in stock in general. I did make 4 large lumber stockpiles, so if anybody needs a large lumber stockpile, I have some. Um, yeah, trying to keep, hewn logs, boards in stock, trying to keep some basic furniture in stock. It's been a bit of a challenge. That's fine. Especially lately. Not many people have been selling wood lately. When we were on the barter system, people were bringing me wood, right? Now I have to log in on my own, which is fine. I am a logger, right? It's part of it. It's just there's not a lot of fully grown trees. Like these aren't. This one be getting close to fully grown, but most of these trees are only a few days old. So I've had to travel pretty far to find fully grown trees to cut down, which is fine. That's why I have the cart, right? But speaking of lumber, I did finally acquire Advanced Upgrade 1. Um, is back and forth level 4 glassworking? Oh, he is. Is he on? He is not. All right, so did he set up automated AU1 to AU2? I wonder. You know what's bad? I don't even know where back and forth lives. Right here? Oh, that's Hood and Dora. Yeah, I don't know where everybody lives. It's blacking out. Sandra, Myers, somebody's bean farm. No, bro. No, I legitimately have no idea. That's Cerudin, Thorgrim, Kitty, Punch. There's Monkey Prime. It's Phil, Sadio. Oh, there's back and forth. Finally, okay. So Glassworks. Oh, he does have him queued. Oh, he does. How much does he have? He has enough. Oh, he has enough to do a couple. All right, so um, we are gonna go get some AU2s made. First things first. So this will be good. We'll get to go see some people's little builds. Mine's just a basic wooden box, as I do. It needs some changes. Like I don't even have an actual roof at the back. It's just blocks. Right. I got some work to do. But I want to wait till I have enough lumber to make a lumber house, right? The lumber's really in demand right now. I'll build my house with it eventually, but people need it. Like there are people who need a tier 2 room for their crafting station for their profession. So I'm letting those people take the lumber, right? Right now. We got Vitco here also. I mean, most people's builds are just going to be starter boxes. See Simone up here. I do like the archway though. That's a nice touch. Well, this is like 3 floors. This is a big house. Ooh, I like the stairs. Yeah, see, this is a little more than a box, right? This is a little better. But I don't know. I don't think I've seen Zach on in a couple days. Yeah. There's a few people that played on the weekend haven't really been back. I do think the no currency thing turned people off. We wanted to try it. We wanted to try without all the day one government stuff. Well, you know what I should do? I should let people know that I'm streaming. Because people might not know. Taking advantage of my admin abilities there. Then we got Ishmael over here. He is our one of our tailors, our main tailor, I think. He always has a good housing bonus, Ishmael. He always has a big house, lots of furniture in it, and this is the case as well. He's like, I don't care if the if the types of hewn logs match. This just needs to be built, and I get that because I also have multiple types of hewn logs. Actually, I just got to post a link in Discord as well. All right. So continue towards back and forth. I'm just trying to think how do I go. So I go up. Okay. Turn by Phil's place. Oh, this is good because I'll get to show the basic upgrade center. I'm not sure if everybody's aware of the basic upgrade center, so might have to do. And here's another problem with like the roads, like not having road districts. So this road's gonna have to come out. It's gonna have to be moved over here, right? Because roads should be 5x5 on a claim, and they're not always, right? Anyway, that's what this run is about: learning what we can live without and what we can't. We already learned we can't live without day one currency, and day one road districts. Some people I think like the more natural roads, but other people prefer, more structured roads. So that's a bit of a sticking point because there's definitely a difference opinion there. And this is Alice's restaurant, which is Cypher Wolf. Got the lumber here, right? Because you need it for the tier 2 for the stove. And I think this is also Cypher Wolf's house. Yes. And then down here we got Sparacco and Yo-Yo Dog. As you can tell, they're miners / smelters. So a few tailings around, but I'm assuming they'll get buried eventually. Yes, having tailings above the surface isn't great, but it's fine. Then I am not sure whose house this is, if I'm being honest. Oh, this is also Sparacco's. This is Sparacco's house. Okay. Well, that makes sense. That tracks. That's their workshop. This is the house. All right, let's continue north here. Where's the road? Hey, Thorgrim. Away we go. So we got Phil on the right up here, and we got the basic upgrade center on the left. So this was Phil's idea. Credit where it's due. Was not my idea. So basically, you can come here. You have to bring the supplies. But you can get a BU1 made, turn into a BU2, turn into a BU3, turn into a BU4. Instant. Hey, Thorgrim. Instant BU4. I mean, not instant. You got to bring a bunch of hewn logs, a bunch of fibers, and some mortared stone. But those are all things that anybody, no matter what your profession is, you can get those things. And the hewn logs you can probably buy from me if you don't want to make your own. And this one actually takes logs as well, but you're still going to need some hewn. So I'm not sure why I did that, because you're still going to need some hewn. But anyway, so this is the basic upgrade center. We might, I don't know. Are we going to do a similar thing with advanced upgrades? Hello, Miso. I bought 2 advanced upgrades. These advanced upgrade ones were from you, so thank you for having those in stock. They're much appreciated. But yeah, it's funny. There was one, well, not one guy. There was 2 guys playing together. Although I have a suspicion that it was secretly one guy controlling both accounts. That's neither here nor there. On my very first server, he had this set up. Although it does kind of bother me that we did it out of order. Like it goes BU3, BU1, BU2, BU4, but I mean we could change it. It's just Thorgrim and I would have to move that. Yeah, anyway, it's fine. It works. It works. You made them before work this morning? Nice. I figured that was the case. You always manage to get on in the morning for a bit, right? Generally. Ooh, looks like Phil is working on his mechanics workshop. Not quite there yet, but getting there, because brick and lumber are both in somewhat short supply at this point, right? That will be the mechanics workshop. I know Doc Calvet is also planning to go mechanics. I'm not sure how his workshop is coming. I'll check that out when I get back home. He lives down near me. All right, so that was Phil's workshop, Phil's house, basic upgrade center. Oh, while I'm here, I should check my machines and see how many are still queued. So yeah, so credit to Phil for this idea. Um, and credit to Thorgrim for also coming up and putting in, the machinery needed. So I still got 79 queued here. Okay, I'm gonna have to queue more hewn logs at some point. And I'm sold out of Wainwright tables, so I'll have to make some Wainwright tables when I get back. Still 65 queued here. Yeah. So eventually I'm gonna have to queue more boards and more hewn logs, but not yet. It's good for a while. You were multitasking, watching and working. Nice. Very nice. All right, so did I miss the turn? It's right. Yeah, it's back here. We have a couple situations where people have claims going right through roads, like here, here, you know, might have to do something about that. See. We will see. But one thing I have not heard people complain about missing so far, at least, people are not missing the government stores that I usually have, which kind of surprises me, right? So this is DeBloke's place. So this probably works, doesn't it? Like, does this make it? Is this considered a separate room? I think it would be. Strangely enough, it's really easy to cheese Eco's room requirements, in my experience. All right. Oh. I'm down in the depths. Up we go. All right. Continue on my way. Back and forth spot to get some advanced upgrade tubes, which will allow me to lower the price of lumber. This will be good for a lot of people. All right. So who do we have down here? This is Sadio's place. You know what? I can tell. I can tell just by the build that this is Sadio's place. I think. I hope it is. Yeah, it is. Sadio builds very similar to this consistently. And I like it. It looks good. Yeah, I agree. Thorgrim missing the government stores will come. I will say one thing. People seem to be more spread out this run, which I'm curious as to why. Is it because no government stores? Is it because of the no road districts? I assume it's more because of the no government stores. But I do like how spread out people are. It's also a smaller map than I usually have. I mean, I guess there's still some areas where nobody lives, and there are definitely some clusters. But there's going to be, clusters of smelters in this area, right? Desert, river, mountain for copper and gold, right? People got their little coal mines down here. Nobody really, not as many coal mines down here though. Oh, well, we got got at least one. We got Colville. So that's back and forth. So that's a long trip. Oh, I guess it's not bad. It's down and this is actually pretty close to my house. But will I ever? Oh, I will need coal. No, I won't. I probably won't need coal because I'll just be able to make my own charcoal because I'm going to be an oil driller, right? Yeah, people are trying to get rid of dirt. It's more the stones, I think. Yeah, I know you're right. It's going to be the dirt. I know. I know some people already are turning stone into. This glassworks thing is huge. People are turning stone into stone whetstones just to get rid of stone already. So I think it would be interesting if maybe if we don't have government stores on day one, right? Don't have them on day one to kind of allow people to build where they want organically. Then after a couple days, we could build the government stores around the clusters. That way the clusters form more organically rather than the clusters forming around the government stores. Just a thought. But then it's like say for example, this cluster of people, you know, is there even space for a government store, right? Kind of, maybe, possibly. It's tricky. Anyway, we're learning. Like I said, we're learning what we can and can't live without this run. But yeah, hats off, back and forth for getting up to glassworking level 4 nice and quick. Because yeah, you can't make AU2s till you're level 4, and the first 2 levels go really quick. But like level 3, you got to make a lot of glass to get to level 4. So like you need to be prepared. You need to have your sand. You need to have your limestone lined up and ready to go, and back and forth pulled it off. Yeah, he's got a lot of sand, a lot of limestone. Whatever he's getting, I'm surprised. Personally, I guess he's somewhat close. You want to be close to the beach. The beach is honestly the best spot for, well, obviously for sand, but it's pretty good for limestone as well. Anytime I've been a glass worker, at least that's what I've done. So the second one should be being made right now. I hope. I I imagine it is. Yeah. And oh yeah, less than a minute left. Perfect. So while we're out here, who's lives up here? Oh, it's Icebox and Freak. Monger. Ooh, Etronix. That's right too. It's down here. Yeah, a lot of roads are going to be narrow. Just because the way people claimed, like they left space for like a 5 wide road, but like that's it. So the roads are going to be 5 wide in a lot of spots, which, I mean, honestly, that's less than ideal, but it is what it is, right? Should be done soon. I hope. Yeah, I'll be able to drop all my prices or all my lumber prices once I have these. Because it's 25% less materials to make stuff. All right, perfect. Thank you for having that back and forth. All right, so let's go just check out Itronics' little starter hut. Check out Icebox, which I assume is Icebox and Freakmonger, because I believe they play together. 10's probably the best size road. Yeah, I know people think 15's too wide, and I get it. I agree it's unnecessarily wide. I'm not trying to say that I agree it's too wide, but I do them too wide intentionally because I want to keep road production relevant all game. Because if you only do 10 wide, and it's the same reason I do what some people consider to be too many road districts typically, because I want to make sure that people are making roads all game, right? The whole length of the game. But yeah, not everybody loves that. We got a nice clay road here. Old red dirt road. All right, yeah, just a little starter hut. What do they got for sale? Crushed. I will say, no, I agree. 10's fine. 10's fine. I'm not against 10. I mean, back on my early servers, I used to do like, I would have like one east west world spanning road be 15, and then one north south world spanning road be 15. Those were like the main highways. Then everything else would be 10. At some point, I just did 15 everywhere. But yeah, I'm okay with 10. I'm fine with 10. I will say the crushed iron ore price, I feel like there's all these people selling it for point 0.4, but for the most part, it's just people who found crushed in the world, right? And they're just getting rid of it. But I think Icebox is actually a miner. This should be higher. The the entire pricing structure of the server is based around 2 prices. Iron ore and logs are both 0.25. They're both a quarter. So crushed, I'm pretty sure if iron ores were 0.25, crushed should be worth way more than 0.4. Um, just throwing that out there. I'm not sure if Icebox watches the streams or watches them later as VODs, but just want to throw that out there. All right, so let's go home. Let's get these modules in. Quickly change my prices a little bit. And then maybe head to City Hall and actually start making some laws. I'm not sure how many laws. Is this the road? No. Excuse me, this is the road. I'm going to put in some quality of life stuff. I'm not going to overwhelm with a whole bunch of laws. I am going to put in like the law that lets you um, hunt on other people's property, for example, quality of life law like that. I will probably put in the law that pays out for cleaning up tree debris. Um, the road payout, yeah, I agree. That's and stumps. The law to pay out for road construction. I believe I don't think I can do it yet because I don't think the districts have gone through yet. Right? Like I don't like Kitty. I think was working on the districts last night, but I don't think she actually got it to the point. And there are powered carts if anybody wants them. Look, I've made no secret of the fact that I think power carts are terrible. I will say Calvet is making them if you want them, but I don't like them in general. But with the poor roads we have and the narrow tunnels, like I don't even think you could get them in most tunnels. Um, yeah, and steam trucks aren't that far away. Although steam trucks, I wouldn't want to try to drive a steam truck around right now either, for that matter. But hopefully the roads can come. Like so, once Kitty gets the districts down, and I can add the law to pay out, right? But yeah, I know a lot of people are always curious about how the laws work, so you'll get to see some of that process in action here. All right, so can I make any lumber right now? I need nails. I think Calorie has some nails. That's Damo's store, yes. All right, so yeah. So the city hall is right by Calorie's place, so I'll take my cart with me and remind me. Somebody remind me when I'm done writing the laws and I'm heading back home. Remind me to buy some nails from Calorie. Because I'm gonna forget. All right, let's eat. Yeah, it can be hard to find protein and fat stuff right now. Got all kinds of nice carb and vitamin sources. But I'm still eating charred camas. I mean, it's just it's just hard. I know like the campfire stews, they all need tallow, and tallow is like arguably like one of, if not the most valuable resource in the game at this point. Um, oh, does Cypher Wolf have any meaty stuff? Some simmered meat. They're not cheap, but that's to be expected at this stage. I mean, I'm not hungry anymore, but I'm going to go buy the simmered meat. But there's no milling. I don't think there's any millers or bakers yet, right? So I think Cypher is the only cook at this point. Oh no. Oh, Ange is a cook. So does Ange have any meat? I don't think so. I was down there earlier buying salads. I don't think she had any meat. Meat stocks, I guess. Yeah, no, you know what? I'd rather leave the meat stocks because she will use those for simmered meat. You have fatty food up? Okay. I will swing by. I just can't buy a whole lot right now because I'm carrying my cart with me. I don't have a lot of space. All right, so let me throw these in my ice box. Actually, I'm going to drop my cart. I'm going to go buy some stuff from you. I assume you have like charred sausage and campfire roasts, probably. Let's just drop my cart here. Hey, Punch, how you doing? Cart here. So I have more space to buy food. Food weighs a lot. Food weighs a lot. Food weighs more. Wait, is this... Okay, this is your kid's store. We got meaty stews, too. Those are good. 10 of those. So yeah, you got all kinds of stews. I find these delicious, so I'm going to buy 10 of these for sure. Those are okay. Those are good. I have some of those, so I don't have any of these. Baker's waiting on bricks. Is milling... Hey, Phantom. Is milling... Are milling and bakery research done? I guess is my other is my question. So I find these good. I might not have enough. May not care. Those are bad, so I'm not going to buy any of those. Thank you very much, though, Bro Keeper. Baker's waiting on bricks. Yeah, so I mean, technically, you can bake without milling. Oh, we do have a miller. Okay, so that answers that question. That's what I was wondering about. There is, you can, the bakery does have some recipes that don't need milling, right? I'm not claiming otherwise, but those recipes are like barely better than campfire stuff, in my opinion, at least. All right, well, I don't really care about huckleberries, so take them out of there. Don't really care about these beets because we do have spoilage this server, which I'm okay with it removing the spoilage, but nobody's really asked me to yet, so I haven't. But yeah, this food I just bought, we're gonna put it in the ice box so it keeps a little longer. And don't get me wrong, as a carpenter, I've sold a ton of ice boxes, which is good. Actually, let's make a couple more ice boxes just to be safe. And I'm gonna sell a bunch of silos once there's more iron on the market and I can actually start. So yeah. So bakers are waiting on bricks, yeah. So I mean we have a lot of potters, but well, yeah, no, we have 5. But they're just starting to get revved up now for the most part, I think, right? And you know, they have probably advanced upgrade 2s at best, right? I can't who makes advanced upgrade 3s? That smelter? I want to say. Way to find out. Few nested tool tips here. Yeah, it's smelter. So yeah. So the smelters are still struggling with iron because like advanced upgrades are just kind of coming out, right? Hey, Trunix, how you doing today? All right, where was I going? Where's my card? I was going to town hall to write some laws and buy nails from Calorie. Um, baking research isn't quite done anyway. Well, there you go. Yeah, it's getting there. You're doing dad duty, eh, Punch? That is fine, my friend. Yeah, so anyway, I was saying the baked goods that you can make without milled ingredients are really only equivalent to campfire cooking level stuff. I mean, it's nice to have a variety, don't get me wrong. But yeah. All right, so here's Miso's place. So here's what the thumbnail. Now, obviously she moved her water wheel. I actually took this picture, the screenshot yesterday for the thumbnail to stream, but then I didn't end up streaming yesterday because we had a family potluck at my house yesterday. I thought I could stream in the early afternoon, but then it was like, no, people are coming over at like 2. Like, oh, well, I can't stream that. So I had the thumbnail all made to stream yesterday, and then I couldn't stream. So this is Miso's place. That house is the thumbnail, and this is her little shop. I do like the wood, the hewn log windows do look good in the mortar stone. I do like that. You didn't sleep last night. Yeah, you're tired. Were you up playing Tears of the Kingdom? I checked my Switch this morning. I played Tears of the Kingdom for 80 hours already. So this is Philosopher King's Place. This isn't, I think, right? Yes, PK's Riverbend Emporium. Stone goods, wooden goods, I think, up here. You got milling done last night. Nice. Yeah, and I think was Zandra, I think, took it, right? So we do have a miller, so that's good. Because, yeah. I mean, variety is good. Just in general, but it's literally eating variety of foods is literally one of the game mechanics, right? Variety bonus, right? I'm getting 24% extra food XP, right? From variety. So variety is good. Variety is very, very good. So it's good to have cooks and bakers. But bakers need a lot of milled stuff. So yeah, Xandra mills use basic upgrades, right? I believe. Haven't walked by anybody else's house. Oh wait, who's up the hill here? Let's go up the hill. There's a nice little stairway here. Whoop. Up we go. And who lives here? This is Mort. Yeah, there's quite a few people that logged in on the weekend and I haven't seen since. I don't think I've seen Mort. 8-hour streams nearly every day since it came out. You're at 120 hours so far. You're not addicted. Yeah, Mort hasn't been on. And that's fine. Oh, look, it happens. People log in the first day or two and they don't come back. It's inevitable. And it happened more so this time because I know a lot of people were missing currency and stuff. Yeah, I mean, I basically took a week off from making content to play Tears of the Kingdom. Yeah, so I had my week off. I probably played 70 hours that first week. Um, but since the eco server started up, right, I try to sneak in an hour or two of Tears of the Kingdom every day if I can, but that's it. All right, so we're at Jasper and Dr. Old Cole's place here. Long time players on my server. Server 5, I think. A lot of I picked up Jasper and Dr. Old Cole. I picked up a lot of people that server. Picked up a lot of people in server 5, a lot of people in server 6. And, you know, every server I find I pick up a couple new players that become regular players, right? All right, so Calories Place and the Town Hall. So over this way. Crab. Rico. What's going on, Richard? How you doing today? All right, so this is where I'm going to buy the nails. What if I leave my card here? Am I more likely to remember? No, because that means I'll have to come back for my card. All right, so first time payment law. All right, so we got the first time payment law. So let's draft a second law. Now we could add to this law because technically you can only have 3 laws, right? But each law can have a ton of what's the word? Clauses, I guess. Keep trying to get back into eco, but I play for 45 minutes, then want to explore in Tears again. Hey, I don't blame you, man. I get it. It's just like Tears is so easy to just hop in, and I assume how much you played. I assume you've unlocked the Hero's Path mode. For anybody who doesn't know, in Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, Hero's Path mode, it shows you like a path everywhere you've been on the map. So like for me, I know I only have half an hour. Something under my chair, I can't move it. If I only have like half an hour or 45 minutes to play, I'll bring up my map, I'll bring up Hero's Path mode, and I'll say, oh, I haven't really been over there, so let's go explore over there. Maybe I'll find some Korok seeds or whatever, right? Man, I played for 80 hours and I've only done 1 temple. So yeah, I feel you. All right, so triggers. Let's do our hunt law, our hunt anywhere law here. Harvester hunt. Any species, any bow. Isn't there 3 bows? Wait, discovered only. Yeah, take that off. Put composite bow in there too. So if you're hunting with a bow and you're on owned land and you're not authorized, isn't not authorized one of the conditions? Used to be. If you're on somebody's land and you're not authorized, you now can hunt. You can now ignore authorization. So the reason, if anybody's wondering why I put this extra clause in here, the unauthorized on property, It's just that the law triggers less because laws triggering is just one more thing that the server needs to do. Um, and the more things the server has to do, the laggier it gets. So basically, this says if you're hunting on your own land, right? Because you're authorized on your land. If I didn't put this extra clause in, the law would trigger on your own land. Well, no, not in your own land. Yeah, I guess, well, would it? You don't need to ignore authorization if you're on your own land, though. Actually, you know what? How about we just take away the on own land? Right? Like, wouldn't this work? If not authorized, ignore authorization. Right? Shouldn't this work? Yeah, Hero's Path is amazing. Like, it was in Breath of the Wild. Um, and I loved it. But it was DLC in that game, right? It wasn't in the original game. But I didn't play Breath of the Wild when it first came out. So when I played Breath of the Wild, I had Hero's Path mode. And then I was like, oh, I miss it so much in Tears of the Kingdom. And then when I unlocked it, I was like, yes. All right, so let's do clean up debris law. Clean up tree debris. Tool used. Any. Yes. If. Well, do we really need an if? I don't think you need an if. You just need a then. So pay. Treasury bank account. Target bank account is personal bank account. Citizen. Currency is kittens. What's up, Punch? 0.25. Okay. And then wait with the tree law until I've cut down 50 redwood trees. I don't know why. What do you mean, Punch? Yeah, but you get taxed for cutting down. You don't make 50. You get taxed 50 and then get it back if you cut the stump. Right? Oh, I see what you're saying. You want to cut them down, leave the stumps, and then when the law's in place, you want to go get no, screw off, Punch. I know you're joking, but all right, um citizens chop the tree, and then we add felled. So when you cut down a tree, hey, I'm the man. Don't say that. So if you fell a tree, you get taxed. Wait, this is too much. I just realized this should be 0.05. So if you cut down a tree, you get taxed 25 cents. But if you clean the stump, oh, I know you're joking. If you clean the stump, you get the money back. So basically, if you cut down a tree and leave everything, you lose 25 cents. If you cut down a tree and clear the stump, you break even. If you do that and clear the debris, you make money. So hopefully this helps people actually clear their stuff. Trump. So if the stump was destroyed, pay personal bank account from the treasury to personal. Kittens. I guess my face is kind of blocking this far side, but I don't know where I can put my face where it's not going to be blocking something here. Ooh, you know what I should do though? So let's add every tree except old growth redwood, because old growth redwood is going to have its own separate law. Then we'll have to do the same up here. Right? All right, so other than the can hunt anywhere and tree laws, is there anything else I need to add law-wise today. I can't add road payment yet because the district doesn't exist yet. So let's add the redwood laws. So basically, this redwood law is put in place to prevent, because what was happening in the past is people would cut down old growth redwoods and leave the stumps. I can make one district though. It's Kitty's job to make districts, Punch, not mine. Not the whole point of having 3 people is each person does different jobs. If failed, but it still has to go through a 24-hour vote, Punch. That's the thing, right? Tax. So this law, if you cut down a redwood, you get taxed $50. But if you clear the stump, you get the $50 back. This is to prevent people from cutting down old growth redwoods and not clearing the stump, because it was an issue in past servers, right? So we're just, a lot of these laws are, you learn, right? Are things that we've learned in past servers. So destroyed. Pay $50. All right, so other than road related stuff, which I can't really do right now, trying to think what else I could put in. Enact new law now. All right, so we put this. Well, I could execute it now, but I want to put it through vote. New election up for that law. I'm going to vote yes. Obviously. Which you all can't see. There, now you can. Yes. Success. So the only thing is, we gotta change how long the votes take. 24 hours is too much. Although I think what's gonna happen, I'll check it after, like, oh hey, stream stats. I'll check it after, say, 8 hours, 12 hours, whatever. And if it's clearly gonna pass, I'll just push it through with an admin command. Right? I think that's fair. Like, does anybody have a problem with that? I don't think so. Can't see anybody having a problem with that. All right, nails. Remember my nails. Clean them out. Free sand. If anybody needs sand, it's free sand here. All right. So let's roll. So I'm trying to think. So technically, it's quicker to go that way to my place. But I feel like this road that goes through PK's property, it's like hard to get around his stockpile. And then this part of the road's a mess plus the desert. Even though it's technically farther, I'm thinking it might be quicker to go south. Well, I guess you gotta do quite a bit of zigzagging though if you go if I go that way. Yeah, we can show off a few extra people's places though. Right? That makes sense. I think that I did that law correctly. But yeah, so actually hold up. I'm gonna go back. I want to check, did Kitty not even propose the district that she drew last night? Kitty, are you here? I'm assuming Kitty's in bed and not here. She's usually a fairly active chatter. Because I think she had it all drawn up, but then she wasn't sure about how to put it through. Because, like, that screen that popped up for me where I had like 4 options for Okay, yes, there is a draft here. Okay, so there is a road district draft. Where's my house? This is my house, right? No, this is my house. Oh, there's not going to be a road going here. I thought there was. Well, I guess technically I could put a road here. I know I just said this was Kitty's job, but I think this is your tunnel, right? Or wait, this is your tunnel. Oh, you want a tunnel here too, right? Is what you're saying? Or wait, is it lined up? Yeah, okay, you can tell it's lined up because you can see where you dug underground. Ooh, though your tunnel is crooked. Needs to be 10 wide. Well, okay, we'll make it 5 wide for now, Punch. Oh, because you're in the middle. I see what you're saying. Okay, give me a sec. I know I'm doing Kitty's job for here. After I said I'm not, I shouldn't, but I still think I shouldn't be doing this. But I know people want this done, so ah. I mean, obviously, I'm going to leave the other tunnel because I mean, I'm sure Griffin's going to use it. This is what you wanted though, right here, right? Punch. Yeah, trying to get rid of you. Yeah. Any other roads I need to put in while I'm here? Because I can push this up for vote if nobody else has an issue. Although this doesn't need to be a road. This doesn't go anywhere. Because this is a ramp, right? So, and yeah, I mean, yes, it's stupid that it bends around me, but this intersection kind of has to be there. This is both of these are ramped down, so the intersection has to be here. Well, I guess we could push this ramp back. Well, this is all the way, Punch. You mean all the way to here? That might cut into Brokeeper's property. No, it doesn't. Like this, you mean? Yeah, we can do that. And then we can change this to like this. Oh, yeah, we'll worry about that later. Scroll over to your place. This is you here, I think, right? Probably want a road here. Little row between the BU center and your main store. This. Do you want an extra road here, Doc? Or here? All right. Submit. There we go. And let's get this party started. Start election. So if you vote 24 hours, but if it's clear that it's going to go through, we'll put it through earlier. And then I'll have to come back and make the law. You literally can't make the law until there's a district to reference, right? Because the district doesn't technically, or the districts technically don't exist yet. Did I not just? Oh, my cart's way over here. Oh, Rico. I missed Rico. Is there any way out? I don't know. I'll have to look. Rico. Yes, there's a road out to Rico. This is you here, right? Yeah. There's a couple. There's a couple roads set out to you, Rico. So we got you covered. Yes. Okay. Kitty took care of you. Yeah, I'm convinced. I'm now convinced that Kitty is sleeping right now. All right. Cotton lint is an item apparently. Is this an extra step they added? Hey, Latoro, how are you doing today? Glad you got to check me out. Um, okay, am I crazy? I don't remember there being cotton lint. Wasn't it just cotton before? I don't know. Is Xander the only? Oh no! Oh wow! I did not realize we had this many farmers. Oh, that's farmer profession though. How many actual farmers? Oh, we have two. I know Xander's not on because she's at work. Oh, neither farmer is online. Yeah, that's part of the problem too. So like, there's the farmer profession, and then there's farming, right? I don't know. That they need to work on their labeling. Because technically, they're not farmers; they're farming people, right? I've saved you a ton of hair pulling over the last couple months. I'm assuming you're talking about eco guides specifically. I really should make mine, but oh, they take so long. They're a lot of work. And I think the problem is that has me gun shy in eco guides is I've had some do very, very well, tens of thousands of views. Then sometimes I make an eco guide and it gets like 500 views, right? And it's like, well, that was not worth the 10 hours it took to make that, right? So, yeah, it's kind of tough. All right, so who do we have living over here? Ooh, I like this little building. What is that? This is Hood. Okay, yeah, Hood. Oh, geez. Ooh, that's cool. Little, I don't know, wait, tower, I guess. Little tower. Ooh. Yeah, Hood and Dora have been around on my servers for quite some time as well. I do like the crushed little path here. Yeah, Eco, there's a lot going on in Eco. It's a pretty complicated game. And that's part of the reason why it's hard to make guides for Eco, because like any topic you pick for Eco for a guide, right? Like if you try to make a specific guide on one thing, it's hard to do because everything in Eco is so interconnected. It's hard to make specific guides, and there's so much going on that it's hard to make generalized guides, right? But like, my community's given me a couple ideas that I probably should make, like your first store, like a pure beginner's guide to making your first store, how the store works, setting price, and well, not necessarily a pricing guide because that's prices are, eco prices are always a topic of much debate. Um, ooh, so this is Damo and Darth's place. Ooh, I love the doorway. I love everything about this. Oh yeah, this is nice. And yeah, they change things all the time, so stuff's out of date. Yeah, that's a good question. Is like my original 10 things I wish I knew in eco video. I wonder now, are all those 10 things even still relevant? Man, I made that video so long ago. I'm honestly Wondering now if any of it's out of date. Might have to do something there. And yeah, I mean, and there's going to be even more changes. That's the other thing is, I'm hesitant to make guides or edit guides right now because I know there's more changes coming, right? You watched both fairly recently. Did anything seem out of date to you? Okay, okay. I was like, there's a ramp here somewhere. Yeah, the 10 more things I wish I knew isn't that old. That one should still be good. Although there is the water making a little pond part of that video that are probably going to change the water physics. Um, with the boats update, I assume you got to assume water physics will be looked at with the boats, right? But hey, I don't know. I do eventually, once the boat update is more playable, I want to get on the test server or set my server as a test server. Um, and do a video about the boats, right? If not, that would be insane. Not adjusting the water physics when you're doing a boat update. All right, so Xander is ready to mill. Clearly, 4 mills in here. Yeah, I agree. Water physics are great in this game. They're great. I mean, I've seen worse. To be fair, I've seen worse water physics, but I've seen better, right? Pretty sure we've all seen better. So this is just an island. No, not a lot of action going on the island yet. So we're not gonna go over to the island just yet. Where's my cart? That's not what I wanted to do. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. Perfect. Also, I'm wondering what people think, because the last few servers I've done with the government controlled research, are people missing that, or do they like the more free for all research system? Although it hasn't really even been free for all because Calgary's been organizing it all. So I don't know if you're there, Cal, but hats off if you are, because I know you've been busy between doing the government stuff and doing the research. Cal's been busy. All right, so this is Angel's store. Wasn't I stopping to buy something here? No, I said I wasn't going to buy her meat stock because eventually meat stock is used for like better products, right? So once she gets prepared meat, she can make some simmered meat. Simmered meat's good. Although I could buy fruit salads taste good. Basic salads are okay. Let's buy her out of fruit salads here. Wild stew. Yeah, let's buy one wild stew since I haven't eaten it lately. Get my variety bonus up a bit. Oh, no, wild stew. There we go. It really wanted to buy more fruit salad, even though she didn't have any. So that put my XP bonus up by a whopping 0.2. Totally worth it. So I like the bridge. So Ange and Blacking Out are married couple. Blacking Out's played on a few servers now. Ange is new though. It's her first server. Looks like she'll be cooking up. Or no, yeah. This is enough. It's not pretty, but it works, right? Most of the things in the 10 vid are still relevant. All right, good. Yeah, free car. That first 10 things video, I think the slash free car and the your car breaks instantly if you get out thing, those are probably my favorite 2 tips in those video. And you're going to be buying wet tailings again. You didn't get sick of that last time, Rico. Trying to deal with that. Here's Blacking Out's house. And again, we're a few days in, people don't have fancy builds yet. We will have fancy builds next time. All right, good. That's good that somebody's wanting to do tailing storage. You are definitely a digger, Rico. I think every server you played on so far, you've been a digger, a miner, I guess. There's a new tunnel system. I have not. I was I through the tunnel today at all? Close to blacking out. Where is it at? Over. Oh, right here. Right here, where you are right now. I'm headed that way. I'll check it out. Where you're at, okay? I'm headed that way. Hey, Clinton, how you doing today? Am I crazy? Or you're Cipher Wolf? Just just going off your symbol there, or your symbol, your profile picture? Or am I imagining things? Yeah, okay. I was wondering about does this do you need this claimed here? Because the road kind of goes through there while I got your attention. Just because people aren't going to be able to build the road there, right? But if you need it for something, then you know it's not a big deal. There's a few spots that the roads are going through people's claims, but I knew this one was yours, so I thought I'd mention it while you were here. But I mean, you can still build the road there. Yeah, no, and like it's not a big deal. Just thought I'd mention it while you were here. Oh, I gotta go back this way, right, Punch? Well, I'm going. I know I'm going home. See, well, I glanced over here, but I thought this just was somebody's coal mine. Oh yeah, these are working hard. So yeah, so this goes all the way to your place, eh? Oh, nice. You was going to build a restaurant across the road and have that count as your living room, like a restaurant up above. Hey, Republic Raider. Um, I don't know if anybody's selling coal yet or not. Like you mean up on above the road, like as like a bridge? That'd be cool. That look like looks wise. Um, um, Republic Raider, I'm gonna ask you a question, and if you don't want to answer it here, if you want to talk to me in DMs, that's fine. But I'm gonna ask you here. Somebody told me you're not playing anymore, and if that's true, I'm wondering, is there anything I can do to get you to come back? And again, if you don't want to answer that here, I will DM you later. The biggest confusion you've had is the government and economy. Well, look, I've ran a server for this is my 11th server. I've written many laws, and I still don't necessarily know all the ins and outs of it. Right? There's a lot to it. I know enough, but like Punch asked me about putting a law in, um, where people with less skills, which would generally be newer players, the government like subsidizes their buying, so it encourages people with less skills if they still newer players if they still want something to do to be relevant, they can kind of take up a transporter role. Um, and honestly, I'm not sure I even know how to make that law. I'm not sure if I think it's necessarily good before I go too far. But even if I did think it was good, I'm not sure that I know enough about the law system to write that law. Like I was thinking in my head, okay, well, how would I even like this? Oh, it was going to be a separate building. Yeah, no, that's fine. It's not a big deal. Yeah, and like if you did block the road, I'd be like, okay, as an admin, we would take action, right? But like, yeah, it's just unfortunate that this road's going to be. Oh wait, is it going to be 10 wide? Oh wait, okay. Well, we're going to have to talk about this road. We're gonna have to talk about this road. I'll have to talk to Kitty because Kitty wants a 10 wide here, and yeah. Anyway, I'll talk to Kitty about it because either the road's gonna have to narrow to 5 here, unless you want to push your claim back, like unclaim these and claim these instead. But that's not something we need to deal with today. This is only one claim here, right? You know what I mean? Like if you look at it, and I'm sure there's other places. It's not. I'm not trying to single you out. I'm sure there's other places with a similar thing, um, where the road's cutting through people's claims, like right here, obviously. Curly Zombie has this little claim here, um, for example, and Ishmael. I think. Wait, yeah, like right here too. There's a bunch of places that we're gonna have to talk to people. Because look, I usually do 15 wide roads. We don't need 15 wide. I fully agree that 15 wide is overkill. But 5 wide, like 5 wide, especially if like people have their house. Um, if their house is right there too, it's going to be hard to squeeze two. You can squeeze 2 trucks through on a 5 wide, but it's tough. Oh, you redid yours? Yep, that'd be perfect. That's perfect. That's exactly where the road is, I believe. Yep, thank you for that. Yeah, I think Katie was stressed last night trying to make the roads. Yeah, Ishmael. I don't think Ishmael's watching, but well, I'm assuming you're playing single player right now, right? Toro. I mean, that's more than enough if you're by yourself. Problem is, you're going to meet people on the road, right? When you're playing with other people. Oh no. Well, it depends where you are in the game too. If you're early, yeah. Well, 4 people too. You're not. You're way less likely to meet anybody. Um, but yeah, because especially because like if there's a shop there, people are going to park and get out of their truck to do their shopping, right? So the truck's going to be in the way. Oh yeah, people still. Well, the problem is some people are used to right hand drive and some people are used to left hand drive, right? And it's hard to get out of that habit. No, like I'm sure that. Okay, so what's going on, the bloke? So you're here. Sadio's here. So okay, so and I'm just curious, why can't you just come here instead? I guess, or do you have too much built here already? Like I don't. I'm just wondering why you can't. Like, there's all kinds of empty space in the desert, right? I know you have a lot built up here. Is it just too much for you to move everything? Sadio's a her too, for the record. It doesn't really matter. All right, Raider. I'll talk to you about it more later in DMs. I look. I've been guilty of complaining about prices in the past. I drove somebody off my server about a rant I did about prices. So I get it. But since then, I've tried to be better about not doing it. And it's gotten to the point now where people who constantly complain about prices is absolutely a pet peeve of mine. And it's happening in this server. There are people that are overly critical of other people's prices. And it's fine to say, hey, man, I think your prices are wrong. Can you take a look at them? That's fine. But when people harp on prices, it's not fun for everybody else, right? People need to realize that other people are here to have fun. They're not necessarily here to enable your fun, right? Just because somebody took smelting doesn't mean they're here to provide you iron bars when they want them. Just because somebody took butchery doesn't mean they're here to provide you meat when you want it at a price that you think is fair. I'm not going to go on too much about prices here, but the economy was a mess at the start because of no currency. And it's always a mess the first couple days until people get their second stars because there's always gaps. Butchery being one. Butchery's always a gap early on. As far as people taking a skill because they don't like the price, I can't. People are going to take skills for whatever reason they want. I'm not going to harp on that too much. Price. The price police is a pet peeve of mine. Going back a few servers now. But it is what it is. People are always going to be. If we ever have a server where nobody complains about prices, I'm going to go buy a bunch of lottery tickets. Because if that ever happens, it means the world is ending and I'm going to win the lottery. Because it's never going to happen. You sell there for hope to find limestones and plains biomes. Yes, I can move, but it's not something I thought about. What are your... And sorry, I'm having two different conversations here while also trying to play. Hey, Crocsguard, how you doing today? What skills are you taking to bloke, or have you already taken? Guess I could just check instead of asking you. Oh, you haven't taken anything yet. I mean, so I'm assuming you're planning smelting, advanced smelting. If I'm just trying to figure out what you're going for based off your comments, because if you want desert, that means you want iron. If you want limestone, unless you're going glassworking and smelting, but iron and limestone would make sense if you're planning, or you're planning on glassworker. Okay. Well, I guess my question would be, why do you need the desert then? I mean, I don't know what to tell you other than move. I get you built your stuff. You don't want to move. I get that, right? Like I'm not. Have you've talked to Sadio and she doesn't want to move? I assume then. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Sandstone for sand was your thought. Okay, yeah, that's fair. Um, but I mean, you could just build a mine here, right? And I mean, yeah, you got to transport it a bit to process it. But I mean, pro tip as somebody who's taken glassworking before, just go to this beach, just dig up this beach. Honestly, there's usually limestone under beaches too, right? It'll be like generally most beaches, it'll be like 6 or 7 sand, and then it'll be limestone for a bit, right? Which is the two thing a glass worker needs. Um, but yeah, yeah, sorry. Yeah, are you Krogsky? Are you playing this time? Did I queue up lumber? I was coming over to queue up lumber and I didn't. Oh my god, yeah. Oh, I need to reprice my lumber too, right? I need hewn logs. Where did people buy all my hewn logs? Man, I gathered like hundreds of logs this morning and turned them all into hewn, and they're gone. Yeah, I was thinking I hadn't seen you yet, but I was just wondering because you were here. I was like, wait, is Crocscar playing? Which is fine. You're allowed to come watch the streams and not play. I'm not trying to I'm not trying to call you out. I was curious. All right, and ooh, we didn't try the simmered meat yet. Do we actually I'm too full. Too full for the simmered meat. I know eco's a big time investment, right? Like I understand people are busy and can't play, right? I get it. I do. All right, so lumber prices. So we took 25% off. So literally, I mean, no, because no, yeah, no, that's right. So it'd be 2.1, maybe 2.2 for lumber. So this needs to come down significantly. Yeah, I know some of the other mins told me there was a pretty heated price discussion one night while I was sleeping. I don't know the specifics of it past that. Drop all these prices a bit. I'll actually do the math for these prices at some point, but for now, I just want to get something in here. Yeah, I mean it's unfortunate. Yeah, people try not to. I don't know. It's tough, right? Everybody wants to have fun, and some people like to go fast. Other people like to go slow. Other people like to build. Other people like to play the economic game. And generally speaking, those people don't necessarily get along. Yeah, we can send me a DM or whatever. I can get in voice with you later. You haven't had the money to fix your computer yet. Oh, yeah, that's tough because yeah, you can't exactly play eco on a potato, right? You need a pretty decent computer to run this because it's a beast. But like if I'm being honest, and I'm not trying to call anybody out here, but I kind of am, I guess. People that come onto the server and they freely admit, I want to come in and I want to dominate the economy in my chosen profession. In my experience, those people generally don't work on my server. That's not generally how the majority of the people play. It's not to say they can't. We've had some people work. Like if anybody here played with Ro, now Ro hasn't played lately, but Ro was like that. And Ro made it work. But I would say maybe 20% of the people that have that attitude, and I'm not saying that's not the right way to play eco. That's a valid way to play eco. I'm just saying the majority of people on my server don't play that way. And people who do that play rub the majority server the wrong way. And again, I'm not saying it's the wrong way to play eco. I'm saying it generally doesn't jive with the people on my server. And I'm not saying, oh, if you want to play that way, you should just leave. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying you got to be cognizant that that's not how most people are around here, right? Most people aren't trying to dominate the economy. Am I making sense here? I feel like the people know who I'm talking to here. And I'm not trying, and again, I'm not trying to single people out. Because, well, there's more than one person. So, anyway, I will talk to people in private further later. That's more than enough. Probably too much for public chat. All right, so I need wood. We don't have anybody with fertilizers yet, right? Fertilizers, no. Fertilizers has not been researched because you need fertilizer for the soil sampler. For anybody who doesn't know, you can use the soil sample. Well, okay. Pro tip one for the soil sampler: you can build it even if you're not actually fertilizers. As long as it's read to scroll, you can make one. But you can use it on trees. You can use the soil sampler on trees, and it'll tell you what percent is grown there. So you can be like, because some trees are like, I'm pretty sure this tree is not fully grown. It's too narrow. But without having an actual fully grown tree next to it, I'm like, well, you start to convince yourself, well, maybe it is fully grown, right? You know what I mean? But if it's not fully grown, you chop it down, you only get like 30 wood. It's like, well, that was a waste of time. I should have waited till tomorrow when it gives me 50 wood or 60 wood or whatever. The soil sampler, you can tell what percentage growth they're at. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm not a fan of it either. I don't think any of these are fully grown yet. I don't even have my cart with me, so should probably take my cart with me if I'm going scouting trees. Is this my cart? Nope, that's Doc's cart. And when I talk about people dominating the economy, inevitably, somebody's got to be the richest person on the server, right? Um, I get that. But generally, sometimes it just happens. You don't set out to be the richest person. You just happen to take the right skills and you're in the right location. And a lot of times I end up being one of the richest people on the server, not because I want to be, but because people are more likely to shop at my store. Oh, you're playing Phantom. Man, you haven't played in like what, 6, 7 servers? Well, I guess I'm trying to remember the last time you played. Or at least last time you really played. Like this tree, I'm pretty sure is full grown. Yeah, a lot of people are more likely to use my store just because, I'm the server owner, I'm the YouTuber, whatever. I never lack for business. And a lot of times I end up rich because I'm also not a big late game builder, right? Whereas somebody like Kitty, that no matter how much money she makes, she's always broke because she's always building something, right? Server, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Oh yeah, that server 3 is the last server where we didn't do day one government until this one. Actually, that's kind of funny. I have no idea if these cactuses are fully grown. I think the ones over here maybe are. Server 3 was one of my least favorite servers, not because of you, obviously. That was a server where I went smelting, advanced smelting, glassworking, oil drilling, and like there was like one other smelter, which might have been you. I was the only advanced smelter. This is back when we had way less people on the server. Um, there was only one other glass worker, and they weren't really making like AU1s and stuff. There was only like one other oil driller. I was, like I said, it was the only advanced smelter. I was just constantly stressed because I was just constantly out trying to get stuff in supply for people. It sucked. But and then server server 5 is when my population started going up. Server 4 was lightly populated, but I just went like I went tailoring, hunting, butchery, so that wasn't too bad. Well, that was a server where I got lazy and I got that tree. This tree is fully grown, but it's also on Miso's property. Sorry, what was I saying? Oh yeah, hunting. I got lazy and did a hunting contest that server. I didn't want to hunt my own stuff anymore, so I basically like paid people to hunt for me, and it worked. But I mean, it was good for other people too because they made money. We've done hunt that hunting server. I paid for it out of my pocket. We've done hunting contests after since then, um, where the government subsidized the hunting contest. Yeah, you're darn right. You depended on me a lot, and it was just too much. It was too stressful because I'm also trying to make content, right? Like I was doing daily let's plays at that point, and I'd log in, and it's like, well, I need to mine coal, I need to mine iron, I need to mine limestone, I need to head out to the oil rig. But it's like I didn't want every single. And I think eventually, like somebody else stepped in and helped with those things, but there was a stretch where it was just me. Like I think Gonstack helped me out with the smelting. I remember. Oh yeah, we made a giant tunnel to the copper gold mine. Yep. Yeah, I forgot all about that. But it was like it was hard to make content that wasn't just me doing that menial labor every day. You know what I mean? So that was stressful because I'm like, well, I got to do something other than just mine iron and coal all episode like I did last episode. So it was tough. That was not my favorite server. Server 4 was my least favorite though. But I think the back to back server 3 and 4, neither one being great experiences. Like there almost wasn't a server 5. I know I've said this before, but there almost wasn't a server 5. Um, there was a big gap between server 4 and 5 because I was burnt out. Um, and then server 5 might be my favorite server we've ever had. So you were in miner smelter, so you could provide your own bars. And then you went mechanics and stuff. But then I was the only advanced smelter for a long time. Yeah, well, I'm just glad you were there because if you weren't, oh my god, that would have been even worse. Because you mostly provided your own stuff, other than steel, of course, right? Yeah. Anyway, there was a server 5, but it went really well. So now there was a server, 6 through 11 as well. That was not much wood for how long I was gone, right? I feel so. I do have a logging upgrade in one and a carpentry in the other, which helps, right? Oh, let's just do that then. Let's get that extra 5% bonus, right? But it's funny, logging, you don't get that other extra 5%. Oh, so let's eat the simmered meat. See if we like that. Simmered meat tastes okay. Well, at least it's not bad, right? Yeah, that was Gonsack's first server. He was going crazy. Yeah. Oh yeah, you could see his gold stockpile from space, right? Like that was crazy. And sold out of lumber again. I do have some coming. I'm trying to keep the lumber in stock, but it's tough. Like Doc needs it for his mech shop, his mechanic shop, right? So anyway, all right. So let's see if we can find some trees this other way. I'm okay with going on a far trip to find full grown trees. It's fine. So let's go through the tunnel. Tunnel of love. Tunnel of I don't know. You'll show me, some good tree spots. Yep, I'm following. Why is the lumber always gone? Because I think I'm the only one making any. Of course, well, I mean, I know there's trees up there, but I can't really get a cart up there. Up here? I mean, I guess I can carry it and then hope it doesn't crash when I come down. Oh, I haven't seen those movies. And also, there's almost no nails left. So even if I do manage to really keep my other stuff in stock, right? I'm out of nails. Fly off the ledge, I guess. All right. Do I have my card on me? I do. Yeah, I guess it's worth a shot. What's the worst that can happen? Sure, I can use stockpiles to get everything. There is one of these bad boys up here. We'll leave that one. We'll fill up the cart with other stuff. No, I don't think I've seen a single Pirates of the Caribbean movie. I know they exist. I know who Jack Sparrow is, obviously. That's it as far as I go. I just don't watch movies in general. I don't know why. I'd rather just binge an old TV show than watch a movie, I guess. I'm weird. I'm weird though, just in general. I have odd tastes. But the smelters, I believe, mostly are people who have like actual day jobs that they can't play and work. So I think they'll be on tonight, type thing. Well, except Calorie. I guess Calorie's. I don't think Calorie's in the stream though, but Calorie can probably make me some more nails if I ask. You've been doing it. All right. Well, then I will do it too. And gotta clear my debris. Although the payout doesn't exist yet, right? Still pending. Still clear my debris. So my debris, I take it and I turn it into mortar, and so that's why I generally have mortar for sale. But people will always buy mortar. Mortar never goes out of style. You could almost run a mortar based currency in this game because mortar, it just stays relevant almost the whole game. This will be a little harder to do once we get to steam trucks. The whole drive your cart off the edge thing. Oh yeah, most of these aren't fully grown though. This one looks like it is. Yeah, basic engineers need a lot of wood. No, don't fall that way. No, looks like I'm going down a little earlier than I planned. Holy crap, it's just me or did this one make a lot of debris? Feels like sometimes it seems like there's way more debris, right? Like, am I crazy? I feel like that's the case. And that's like I said, it's fine because I'll turn the debris into mortar. It'll get used. Come on. Can I get back up or am I gonna have to take my cart down? I should get back up somewhere. Yeah, actually, right where my cart is. And this one too, I guess. And then we'll take the cart down. We're going off road, baby. See what happens. So, does anybody else have any ideas for laws that we should put in other than the road stuff, which will come once the road districts are officially real? I am Supreme Overlord, but I'm willing to hear suggestions. Not necessarily going to take the suggestions, but I'm willing to listen to suggestions. If that makes sense. Well, off-roading is actually, I should have thought of this sooner. We Yeah, these carts are pretty rugged. You can just go right off a cliff with it. Perfect. Well, that will give me some more hewn, which is good. But like I said, I believe nails are going to be an issue here soon anyway. Unless Cal makes more. Oh, Cal already made more. So never mind. Nails are not a problem. Nails are not the problem. What do we got? We got 99 coming. All right, so I'm gonna go with calories and buy more nails. Ooh, I got a lot of junk on me here. Need some meat. I need some meat. Pretty sure. Simmered meat, meaty stew. I need carbs. I need protein. Well, carbs we can get from salad. Protein we can get from meaty stew. All right, so let's get more lumber started here. And we're going to go get more nails. Why did that stuff go on my cart? Did I not unload my cart? Oh, maybe I just unloaded the redwood. That's possible. It's highly possible that I unloaded the redwood. How? Sorry, what? What are you asking? ROR? How stats are almost the same? With which stats? Phil has a BU4 for sale if anybody wants it. Ooh, little lag there. Oh, you and I? I don't know. It's a good question. That's a very good question. Just random, I guess. Yeah, so I'll get my next skill tonight. Oh yeah, 6.5 hours. I mean, I was planning to go oil drilling and composites, but like, I feel like we're nowhere near those. I might. Oh, Phantom's going for a swim. So yeah, this is where it can be tricky to get a cart, right? Because this is technically the road as it exists right now. So I have no idea what I'm going to do with my third star. I guess I'm just going to sit on it till we get oil drilling. But I mean, we got to do the research papers, and then mechanics need to make all this stuff. And we don't even, is mechanics even researched yet? No. What do we need for mechanics? I'm sure there's nothing I can do to help. So yeah, not sure what I'm going to do. I guess I'll just sit on this star. Really, all I can do. What else? Is there anything else I could take to help? I don't know. We'll see. XP is pretty quick this server compared to normal, right? I turned it up a fair bit. I did pick up my cart, right? Okay. Whew. Wasn't sure there. I'm also going to be slightly ahead of everybody just because I technically logged into the server on Friday to like check the world and set the spawn point and all that. But I mean, my XP, when you first log in, your XP bonus is like what, 7.5. So it's not like I really gained that much by being in a little early. So let's buy them all if I have room. I do. I need bars too because I need bars and pipes. I already have some pipes. um, for storage silos. Especially with spoilage in, right? People are going to want storage silos. Yeah, I know. I know what it's like. When I was a cook, definitely. I don't know what I would have done without my storage silo when I was a cook. Does he have some? We're going back. We're going back. Back, whatever. Remember to vote, people, as well, on both the laws and the districts that were proposed. And if there's something about them you don't like, don't hesitate to vote no. Right? We can have a discussion. Oh yeah, all kinds of bars. Do I have space for 50? Yeah, I know people have been asking, right? And it's just I didn't have the iron stuff, right? Now I will be able to get a couple up. They're going to be pretty pricey because the iron's pricey still. Once the iron prices drop, obviously they'll drop. Although it'll be a little better because lumber prices come down a bit, but iron obviously is still expensive. Which way do I want to go this time? I don't. I do not want to try to get my cart through Philosopher King's property, so I'm going to go the other way. I'm going to go that way again, which is a long trip, admittedly, but until the roads get improved, yeah, yeah. I mean, any cook or farmer is going to need a storage silo, right? Which is there's probably like what 7 or 8 people. Xander's going to need one, blacking out, Ange, Kitty, Bro Keeper, you, probably Ishmael might want one, right? Which is like 7 people at least that are going to want a storage silo. This is the way, right? This is the way. And then I go left that way. If anybody doesn't know how to vote, you got to go to one of these ballot boxes. Is the best way. Well, you don't have to, I guess, or you can click the thing right here, or go to a ballot box. Welcome back, Punch. Yeah, this this road's kind of all over the place, but hey, it's there. I can get my cart pretty much to everybody. There's a few people I can't get my cart to, but for the most part, I can get my cart to everybody, which is good. Yes, iron stuff is good. Thank you, Calorie. I only have 30 pipes though, so I think I can only make. I think I can make 4 storage silos right now. I will get them up. I'm gonna have to put a reserve on my lumber though. Just otherwise, I'm not gonna have the lumber for them. Right now, they have the iron stuff. I got to make sure I don't sell out all my lumber, which will be a challenge. Oh, I kind of miss hunting. I might do hunting next server. I did it on the very first server, and then I did it again on server 4, like hunting, butchery, and tailoring. But I haven't done any of those since. So obviously, it's been a while. So I'm kind of, although part of me too is I've never done farming, gathering fertilizers or milling. Once I take composites this server, that'll be me. That means I've done everything except for farming, fertilizers for and gathering. I mean, I did them in my single player run, but I did everything in my single player run. Although I didn't, and to be fair, it's not like I did much farming. I took fertilizers just to experiment with it. Um, but like you eat so little food You don't need to take any of those skills in a single player run, right? Farming, gathering, or fertilizers. I did just to see. Yeah, that single player run is something else. That was a grind. Yeah, straight. Um, episode 1 of my single player Let's Play is still my most viewed video. I feel like you just wanted an excuse to say huge tracts of land. Get out of my way, elk. Yeah, I had never done logging or carpentry before for this server. But I mean, oh my god, Punch, don't tell me you're making a powered cart. Ugh, gross powered carts. I hate powered carts. If people haven't figured it out by now, I think they're useless. They're useless. But I mean, steam trucks are going to be out like tomorrow, Punch. Like, you really need it that bad. I've made tunnels in the past and I still didn't use a stupid powered cart. It's not like it's not like last server where mechanics doesn't come out till day 9. Well, Phil and Doc are both going Mac. They're both like Phil's shop, as you can see right here, off to the side, off to this way. You can see Phil's mechanic shop. And Doc's going mechanics. I think they only need copper bars for the research, right? So I assume you're going to see steam trucks tomorrow. It just, with iron being so rare right now, I just feel like powered carts aren't great use of iron. Just my opinion. Hey, look, if you want a powered cart, make a powered cart. I'm not hating, right? But yeah, I think powered carts will be coming pretty soon. So, or steam trucks, sorry. Power carts are obviously already here. But again, that's just my opinion. At the end of the day, you want to make a power cart, make a power cart, man. They just handle so poorly. You know what I mean? I just don't. Anyway, I don't like power carts. Bro Keeper is off my Christmas card list because he loves powered carts. No, it's fine. It's all good, man. I think I made one on like my single player game and I was all excited for it. And then like I immediately drove off the side of my bridge because it wouldn't turn fast enough. Yeah, no, it's good for moving heavy loads. Don't get me wrong. It's good for moving heavy loads. That's all it's good for, though, right? Anyway, it's fine. And I'm weird though too, right? I just really like the steam truck. Like I don't like the truck either. Usually I just use my steam truck the whole run, right? Once I get my steam truck, I just roll with that. Oh, I know, but I'm just saying, Punch. I just wanted to make sure you were aware the steam trucks were coming tomorrow, right? And there's so few iron right now. Is it worth it? That's all I'm trying to say. You think it's worth it, then you make yourself a powered cart. That's all that matters at the end of the day. All right, so I can make 7 storage silos. I feel like that's too many. I'm gonna make 5. I'm gonna make 5 for now. 5 storage silos coming right up. Do I have a reserve on my lumber right now? Nope. I'm gonna put one though. There. All right, so storage silo, what does this cost? So 15, let's get my calculator out here. Was it 15? 15 times 2.2 is 33. I guess I need to do the work here too, don't I? 33 for the wood. And then 6 times 5 for the iron bars is 30, so 63. And then the pipes were 6, so another 30. So we're at 93 cost, right? 93 for cost. So 120, probably a fair price for storage silo. You think steam trucks and trucks should be banned for a few weeks and lasers too? Well, that's what we usually do. That's what we've done the last 3 servers. I don't remember. When's the last time you played, Raider? The last 3 servers, all the research was done by the government and on a schedule. So mechanics only came out on day 6, I think. So steam trucks at the earliest came out on day 6. Yeah, so basically how Luch ban lasers, you forgot that. Yeah, I mean nobody's gonna get late. I will put that in next time I'm in the thing. Let's say 120. So yeah, so day 4. So if the server starts Saturday, by day 4 I mean 72 hours after server start. So pottery, glassworking, milling, fertilizers, baking, cooking would come out when we built the 2 towers. Oh, when you played with Sully? Yeah, so it's been a few servers. So well, I mean, I ban laser placement just so that nobody can shoot down the meteor ahead of time. So anyway, the schedule is all the stuff to make tier 2 building materials is day 4. Technically, smelting is allowed on day 1. So technically, you could have lumber on day 1, but we had a lot that banned nails. So you do all the other smelting stuff, like you get at Iron Tools early. Yeah, that was the first server with it. There's no way I'm going to ban steam trucks for 2 weeks, though. Just FYI, no, just no. And this server is meant to be faster, so that's why. And then mechanics came out on day 7. Then I think advanced smelting day 10. And then day 13 was everything else except electronics. And then electronics came out on day 16. Which meant no trucks, no skid steers for a little over 2 weeks. Is what we did the last few servers. And we might do it again next server, right? We'll see. But yeah, so what I would do is I put a law in that the lasers can't be placed except by an admin, just so that people can't place the lasers to shoot down the meter in the middle of the night while I'm sleeping or whatever, while everybody's sleeping. Because that happened to another streamer. I don't know if anybody here watches Partially Royal, but he had a server. This is a while ago, but a group shot down the meteor like in the middle of the night when most of the people weren't around, including Partially Royal. So I drive in first person except when I'm backing up. Cypher. Yeah, well, we might go back to that. The problem is the whole settlement system that's coming out. I'm not sure. And look, I haven't looked into too deeply how the settlement system works exactly, but I'm not sure how viable all these global laws are. Right? So with the settlement system. So this run is meant to be a faster run, and this is where we test where all the stuff that we're used to having law wise and currency wise, we can test to see what we really need and what we can live without. That's what this server is. And I know people are like, well, it's not fun. But we need to limit that. And I agree. There was a point like Sunday where I was like, oh my God, I don't even want to play until there's currency. Because it was just I get it. Like it was frustrating. Right. Um, but now we know that we need currency or we're not gonna have as much fun. Right. Um, and we're and now we're seeing, okay, well, road districts, right? How hard is it to make road districts after the fact? In the coming days, I'm sure we're going to see how bad we miss the government stores, right? I'm just talking and staring at the floor here. Good stuff. Good stuff. One storage silo in my shop. More comment. I mean, I'm making 5. There should be enough for most everybody that wants a storage silo. But yeah, so I want to I don't want to have to disable the settlement system, but if we as a group decide that we want all these laws and stuff on day one, if that doesn't work with the settlement system. But again, I don't know exactly how the settlement system works. But that's the problem though, Raider. You can't have some laws without a government, right? Oh yeah, no, and like I agree. I think it's great that steam trucks don't come out till day 7, right? Like I quite enjoyed that. It's a couple extra days. And I mean, the big one for me is the skid steer, right? No skid steer till day 16, right? Because the skid steer just kind of breaks the game in a way. I mean, I'll be honest. I'm tempted. I've been tempted to just ban skid steers on my servers, but I know some people really like them, and it does make stuff easier in the late game. But it also kind of breaks the economy, right? Yeah, you can't have laws without a government. But and it's tough. Like this server having Calorie and Kitty working with me is good. But I'm hesitant to completely let other people do the government because at the end of the day, um, at the end of the day, my name is on the server, so I feel the need to retain some modicum of control, right? But um, but yeah, I am willing to go with a more government council type system in the future, and I am okay with having less government early on. But it's like on the one hand, like just I'm not trying to single out Raider here, but on the one hand, Raider, you say, "Oh, I think it'd be good to ban steam trucks and all this," but then you also say you don't want any government. Well, you can't have the bans without having a government, right? Like, so it's like, yeah, that was well, you were probably cleaning up a lot of the same stuff I was because we were using the barter system and people wanted to buy my stuff. They were mostly cutting down trees around here, which, and I know you just live over there, so this is your area too. So people were cutting down trees and selling me the logs so they could buy my stuff, and they weren't cleaning up the debris. Ooh, you know what I should have done? Now that I think about it, I should have been buying wood pulp. People might have actually cleaned up their debris if I've been buying wood pulp. Even if I was just buying it for like a small amount, right? But yeah, it felt like every time I came out of my house, there was debris somewhere around my house, right? Because people, and I'm not, and some people cleaned up their mess. I'm not saying that everybody was leaving their mess, but there was enough time. There was enough time. Yeah, I mean, I turn my pulp into mortar and sell the mortar. It's free money. The number of times I came out of my house and there was debris somewhere around my house. Anyway, now there's a law, or there will be a law, that you get paid to clean your debris. So hopefully, it's not much, but it's something. Anyway, you talking about the chainsaw tree massacre last time? Yeah, well, that's a different thing altogether. That's yeah. Oh, when I came to buy food from your house and I was waiting for you to set up your stockpile so you could buy my hewn logs, and I happened to glance over and there was debris everywhere. Yeah, and then you're like, I'm gonna clean that up. I'm gonna clean that up. I that's the worst though, right? When you're planning to clean something and somebody walks by and sees it and you're like, oh man, I was totally planning to clean that up, right? Yeah, it does cause a lot of lag. And one thing I want to mention too is there's been some people like complaining about the server. No, that's where I'm talking about. I was buying food from you, or I was trying to buy food from you, but I was trying. This was pre-currency. Yeah, we're talking about the same thing. I was trying to buy food from you. You're you weren't set up to buy hewn, or you were set up. Your store was buying hewn logs, but you didn't have a stockpile connected to it. So I was trying to sell you hewn logs to buy food, and while you got your stockpile set up, I kind of looked around, and yeah, I saw all the debris. But it happens. Like I said, it's not that I mean, I believe you when you say you were planning to clean it up, right? Because I do that sometimes too, right? I don't always. Sometimes I cut down one tree and clean up the debris. So other times I'll cut down a whole bunch of trees and I'll clean up the debris after, right? So I get it. Um, but yeah, going back to the server issues um, that some people are having, I think it's partially like somebody was saying, "Oh, I keep getting disconnected, and I had to restart my computer after the disconnect. It was so bad." And I'm like, "Well, that's not the server. That's eco crashing, right? Like that's not the server." I do think that this is a smaller world, so the server should be running better if anything. But having the twice daily restarts since we started doing that, was that 2 servers ago? I don't know. Whenever we started doing that, I find the server works much better. Oh, like this is probably mine that I missed earlier when I was over here. And it is easy to miss, like the odd piece of debris that somebody just clearly missed. That doesn't bother me. But when I come out and it's just debris and stumps everywhere, that's different, right? So Griffin's got a really nice house. I want to talk about. Uh, can you see that? My face is in the way. Griffin's no skill run. Apparently, Griffin is trying a run with no skills. So he'll be selling, looks like he's selling, obviously he's selling copper and gold. Yeah, so that'll be interesting. I know Josh, who is Josh playing this time? Okay, so Josh has logged in. I don't know how much. Oh, he was on 7 hours ago. So Josh is now, he could be. Um, again, I'm still not sure I want to do that, but I'll think about it, Punch. But Josh is the only person who's played on all 11 of my servers. He's the only person. There's been a lot of people that have played on like 6, 7, 8 servers, but Josh is the only one who's played on them all. I don't even know who would be in second place. I feel like I had this conversation last server. Actually, probably Sadio. Sadio was there on the first one. He missed a couple like in the middle, like 4, server 3 and 4, maybe. Well, I'm sure I could figure it out, Punch. I just didn't know off the top of my head how to make it. And Cypher says he knows how to make it. So if I decide to do it and I can't figure it out on my own, I'll just ask Cypher to help me. So yeah, so Doc's mechanic shop. Yeah, so neither one of them have their mechanic shop quite yet, but they're coming. Wait, is this Punch? And correct me if I'm wrong. Is this high enough for the assembly line? Or does Doc need to go higher? I forget how tall the assembly line is. Seven by six before. Okay, so it is tall enough. But 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But yeah, I don't know, Doc, if you're watching still, but this is basically big enough for your assembly line, and that's it. Just FYI. Yeah, this is too small. Because on top of the assembly line, you need, at the very least, you need one screw press, one mechanics table, whatever it's called, a shaper, and a lathe, right? And that's at minimum. I would recommend way more than one screw press. Ooh, speaking of which, though, yeah, I think it's high enough. It'll be tight, but it definitely isn't wide or long enough. I think too about pollution. I know somebody was like complaining about pollution. Um, and maybe it's just because of my group, but we've never had pollution be an issue. So my group kind of doesn't, if tailings are stored at surface level for a couple of days, we don't get stressed about that. And maybe it's because we haven't been burned by pollution yet. Yeah, I need to make the mech tables, don't I? Is what I came over here to do. Machinist table, that's what it's called. Oh, and that needs iron as well. So did I use all my iron? I don't think so, right? I used all my pipes. Yeah, so I still have, I can make a couple machinist tables. At least get at least get two machinist tables in store. Um, why did I? Yeah. Anyway, so I'll get two machinist tables in store, one for each of the mechanics at the very least. Do either of them have a buy order? Okay, so Phil, Doc, if you're watching, just buy one of these, not both, please. I guess I can probably. Oh, there's Phil. There's Doc. They're both hovering. They're both waiting. Two sword styles in stock. Oh, that's very good. Very good spelling of in that I had there. I could probably go buy more iron from Cal though if I need it, which I think I will. Yeah, yeah, 132. All right, so I'm gonna go buy more iron. But I was only playing the stream for 2 hours, and I'm a little past that now. So thanks for coming out, everybody. Hit that like button. If anybody wants to check out the server and hasn't yet, you gotta join my Discord first. Links in the description down below. Shout out to my patrons. I couldn't do this without them. Literally, I would have a normal stupid job instead of doing this. If you want to support me on Patreon, links in the description down below. Glad to see a few new faces today. La Toro. If you want to check out the server, you're welcome to. If not, hey, just keep checking out streams. It's cool too. I got some good builders on my server, so there will be some good builds to show off. Obviously not yet because we're 3 days in, but yeah, thanks for coming, everybody. Be good to each other. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.